Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday series, Species in News, where we'll discuss some of the species that have been in news lately. Let's begin with our today's discussion with the very first species, as vultures. Recently, these were in news because the Tamil Nadu state has formed a committee to set up an institutional framework for the effective conservation of vultures. So, let us first talk about the vulture population in India. There are a total of 9 species of vultures that are found in India, and out of these 9, there are 6 species that are resident. So, these 6 species include white rumped vulture, the Indian vulture, slender billed vulture, the red headed vulture, the bearded vulture, and the Egyptian vulture. Now, India has lost approximately 99% of the population of the 3 species. So, these 3 species are Oriental white backed vulture, the long-billed vulture, and the slender-billed vulture population. So, India has lost approximately 99% of these 3 species. Moreover, the red-headed and the Egyptian vulture populations have also crashed by 91% and 80% respectively. So, as you can see in the image, India has 9 species of vultures, and 6 of these species are found in Assam. If we talk about the causes for decline, first of all, the most prominent one, as we know, is the use of diclofenac. Then we have pesticides. Further on, we have the lack of nesting trees. And one more important factor is the electrocution by power lines. One more factor is the scarcity and the contamination of food. Now, if we talk about the conservation efforts taken by the government, first of all, we have the Vulture Action Plan 2020-2025. Then we have the Vulture Conservation Breeding Program by the Central Zoo Authority and the BNHS. So, BNHS stands for Bombay Natural History Society. It is actually a pan-India wildlife research organization that has been promoting the cause of nature conservation since 1883. Further on, the conservation efforts also include banning of diclofenac by the Drugs Controller General of India, that is DCGI. Moreover, India is also signatory to the Convention on Migratory Species. In the year 2015, Tamil Nadu became the first state to ban the veterinary use of ketoprofen in the Nilgiri region, Erode, and the Coimbatore districts. So, as you can see, these are the 9 species. The first one is Oriental white-backed vulture, which is critically endangered as per the IUCN status. We have the slender-billed vulture, which is also critically endangered. The long-billed vulture, that is also critically endangered. Fourth one, we have the Egyptian vulture, that is endangered. And then we have the red-headed vulture, which is also critically endangered. Further on, Indian griffon vulture comes under least concerned category. We have the Himalayan griffon, which comes under near threatened. And then we have the 8th one, that is cinereous vulture, that also comes under near threatened. The last is the bearded vulture, which also comes under the near threatened category of IUCN. So this was a little bit about vultures. Let us move on to our next species now, and that is the northern giraffe. So recently, about 150 years ago, British colonists brought batches of species of northern giraffe to India from their other colonial possessions in Africa. So let us look into this species. If we talk about the recent genealogical study, a recent genealogical study of the largest captive herd in India at the Alipur Zoological Garden in Kolkata has confirmed that the individuals in this facility are most likely in the category of critically endangered. And these are Nubian giraffes, which is also scientifically known as Giraffa camelopardalis, or the endangered Rothschild giraffe, that is also known as Giraffa camelopardalis rothschildi. Now, if we talk about giraffes, giraffes are the world's tallest mammals. Giraffe with the genus Giraffa and any of the 4 species in the genus Giraffa are the long-necked, cud-chewing, hoofed mammals of Africa. This genus, that is the genus Giraffa, is made up of northern giraffe, we have the southern giraffe, the Maasai giraffe, and the 4th one, reticulated giraffe. Their diet is herbivorous. Now, if we particularly talk about the Nubian giraffe, the Nubian giraffes are believed to be among the 3 subspecies of northern giraffe. Now, the northern giraffe, the scientific name is Giraffa camelopardalis, is also known as the 3-horned giraffe. It is an exotic species to India that is brought to India by the British from Africa. Now, a point to consider is 95% of the population of Nubian giraffe has declined in the past 3 decades. This species is found in Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, South Sudan, and Sudan. However, currently they are extinct in the wild of the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're also extinct in Egypt and also in Eritrea. So as you can see, this is the image of Nubian giraffe. Now, further talking about their IUCN status, we have the Nubian giraffes, which are critically endangered, the Rothschild giraffe, which are endangered, and West African giraffe, which comes under vulnerable category in the IUCN Red List. If we talk about challenges, giraffes are hunted for their hides, that means their skin, meat, and body parts. And because of these reasons, therefore, they are quickly losing their living spaces. So this was a little bit about giraffe. Now let's move on to our next species, and that is the sloth bear. So recently, sloth bear came up in news as the International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is the IUCN, has declared October 12 as the World Sloth Bear Day. So the first ever World Sloth Bear Day celebrations were held by the Wildlife SOS in Agra. So the Wildlife SOS is actually a conservation non-profit organization in India. It was established in the year 1995 with the primary objective of rescuing and rehabilitating wildlife. So this was held by the Wildlife SOS in collaboration with the IUCN and the UP Forest Department. Now as you can see in the image, so this is our sloth bear. So this particular is the Myrmecophagus bear species, and it is endemic to Indian subcontinent. Further on, near about 90% of the species population is found in India itself, with small populations in some regions of Nepal and Sri Lanka. Now the sloth bears are found all over India except Jammu and Kashmir and the northeastern states. If we talk about their characteristics, they are nocturnal animals and they feed on fruits, ants and termites. For the conservation status, it is categorized as vulnerable in the IUCN Red List and also Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act of India 1972. If we talk about the species of bears, so there are around 8 species of bears across the world, of which 4 were sloth bear, the Himalayan black bear, the brown bear and the Malayan sun bear. The biggest challenges include animal-human conflict and exploitation. So this was a little bit about sloth bear. Now let's move on to our next species, and that is Neela Kurunji. So recently, it has come up in news as an expert team has identified 6 varieties of Neela Kurunji across the Santanpara region of Western Ghats. Now, as we know, Neela Kurunji is a shrub of the Acanthaceae family that famously blooms once every 12 years. It is actually endemic to the Western Ghats that cover the slopes of Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. If we talk about the scientific name, it is known as Strobilanthes kunthiana. Now, this Strobilanthes is a genus of about 350 species of flowering plants in the family of Acanthaceae that is mostly native to the tropical Asia and Madagascar. Now, the 3 species, the first one is Topli carvi, which is scientifically known as Strobilanthes sessilis. The second one is the carvi, that is known as Strobilanthes colossa, and the third one is Kurunji, that is known as Strobilanthes kunthiana. All of these 3 belongs to the Strobilanthes genus. Among these, the Topli carvi is found more in the northern section of the Western Ghats in Maharashtra. Further on, the carvi grows on the steepest cliffs where the trees can't grow. They are seen mostly on the Nilgiri hills, which has actually got its name from the flowers. We have Neel Kurunji, Neela that means blue, and Kurunji that refers to the flowers. So as you can see, the Neel Kurunji bloom, it blooms once every 12 years. So this was a little bit about Neel Kurunji. And with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Species in News. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other video tomorrow. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.